Broadcasting outside Bristol House here in Gqeberha, where Spaza shop owners have come out, a small number of them, to finish the registration process. We understand that today, 5 o'clock, is the deadline for all Spaza shop owners nationally to be registered according to the criteria of government or face closure. But I was just morning when we arrived, we were told that the municipal building or where the registration is supposed to be taking place, there's no one there, and Spaza shop owners are saying they are feeling frustrated because the deadline looms today at 5 o'clock and there's no one inside to assist them. But let's come talk to some of them who are here. We have joined the queues early 7 a.m. to make sure they meet the deadline of 5 o'clock. Sandra, you've been here quite early in the morning. You're a Spaza shop owner. How is the process going in terms of making sure that you are registered fully as a Spaza shop owner, knowing that today by 5 o'clock, if you're not, your shop is going to be closed?
We never here going around up and down from for 2 weeks now, and I have all my things. I have my title deed, I have my plot number, everything, my papers, everything. I proceeded and everything just for them to capture it and to manufacture and wait for our waste management and things to give us the right, the protocols and the papers so that we can carry on with the Spaza shops. But today we're coming and it's just closed like that. I think it's unfair.
When you're saying that it's closed, what exactly were you told when you're standing in queue here?
They say that the people is not working today. But they're supposed to work today. They say to us Friday, come back usually to make sure that your things is everything in processing thing. But we're just coming now. And you just say to us, no, the people's not working, they close.
In terms of your paperwork, what is currently outstanding? Has there been any challenges or a slow process to making sure that you complete your register? What other challenges are you facing in terms of registering for your Spaza shop?
Unfortunately, I have all my papers. I have also my zone number, my zone 1. I have zone 1. I have also my zone numbers. I just want to have the right paper for when the police or the things come to show them and say, yeah, this is my certificate for the shop to go through, and that's what I want.
Alton, you have been on the forefront in helping Spaza shop owners register. Just as someone who's speaking on their behalf, what are some of the challenges they are facing in terms of making sure they meet the deadline of 5 o'clock this afternoon?
As we would like to appeal to national government to extend the date. The town planning process is taking too long. The town planning process is already a month. The rezoning process is 6 months. So just in terms of that, you can't make it on this month that they ask for. The building plan, most of these people doesn't have building plans, and you can't blame them. The previous South African owners, they didn't submit building plans for their properties. The building plan process is another 3 months. So we would like to appeal to national government to help these guys with their title deed. First of all, most of these people didn't even receive title deeds from the government itself. So if the government can extend it for another 6 months, that can allow for these people to get title deeds, can allow for these people to get the building plans in place, can allow for these people to get the town planning in place. So we would really love the government to give those people minimum 6 months, preferable a year. That will be good, and then we can basically finalize this process.
Alton, do you also then understand a narrative that says perhaps this 6 months may be too long, especially considering the high number of deaths that have happened nationally, where our concern now is that if this is not done quickly, we could possibly see that a lack of regulation of the system could lead to more deaths. Do you think that that's a fair statement to make?
That's a fair statement to make. What the national government must put in place, Section 7, Section 8, they can apply that, they can apply the Health and Safety Act, they can give a month for Section 7 and Section 8, they can give a month for the Health and Safety Plan, they can give a month for the application. But in terms of rezoning, building plans, town planning applications, they can extend that portion. But the first portion, they must make it in 2 stages. The first stage is to get a guy registered, to comply with the health and safety, to comply with Section 7, Section 8. And then the second phase is to get the rezoning and the town planning application in. The problem is not the first part. The problem is you don't need a title deed, you don't need the rezoning, you don't need nothing in the first stage. Once we can get the first stage in place, then the second stage, where the challenges is there they can give, and at the same time we already solve the problem of unhealthy food, expiry dates, and all that can be solved within the first stage. That can be a month. We all can achieve the first stage. That is just a piece of paper. It's a pest control. it is a fire plan, it's a food plan. So the first stage is where the government's problem is with the health of the people and the deaths. So they can give a month for the first stage, and the second stage of the town planning, the building and all that, they can give 6 months to that for the people, and then it will definitely work.
Okay. Then lastly, Alton, in terms of the Spaza shop owners being properly legally registered, in terms of having legal documentations to be in the country, when you speak to some of them, is that also a criteria that most of them have made just outside now of the Spaza shops? Are they legally registered, and is there something that also, as people that are representing them, that you're hopping hard on them, that beyond just having a Spaza shop, you must be legally in the country as well?
Okay. In most of these people that are coming to me for help, they are basically legal. Okay, so they got their legal IDs. They got their legal IDs from their places. So I can't really comment that they say they are illegal. Most of them is legal. So in terms of that, I can't really say they are illegal.
And then also in terms of just regulating of the Spaza shops, is there a setup where, as someone who's representing them, issues like making sure they adhere to health and safety standards beyond what the President has said, has that been a continuous thing that has been happening where there are municipal officials, for instance, that are going to the Spaza shop owners to ensure that they are adhering, like you said, to health and safety standards, to ensure that the food quality is of a good quality to be sold?
As I was listening to a news conference of the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, they're busy, as we talk now, they're busy currently performing with the team in order to check up, especially in the townships. And especially over the festive period. As we talk now, they are busy getting a team in process to check on these Spaza shops.
Thank you so much. Well, that was Alton representing the Spaza shop owners, speaking on their behalf, because sometimes you'd understand language does become an issue. Also speaking to Sandra, who's a Spaza shop owner, saying that the issue here isn't a matter of making sure they comply to health and safety standard, a criteria within the requirements of registration, but saying that when it gets to stuff like getting title deeds, to rezoning, to getting building efficiencies checked, that is where the backlog is currently, that to get such documentation is going to need more than just the months or the weeks that are given by national government. So appealing to national government to extend the time to maybe 6 months or even a year, Alton was saying, because saying that issues of rezoning, of title deeds, of building structures is going to take much more longer. But in terms of making sure they adhere to health and safety standards, they are willing to comply to that. And Alton perhaps suggesting that perhaps a first start to the registration process must first to adhere to health and safety standards, and then begin a later registration process to ensure that also do adhere to title deeds and also building construction regulations as well. So again, the Spaza shop owners appealing for an extension, say that the time stipulated is not enough, and also speaking about a concern they had that when they arrived here this morning that there was no one to work, that they were told to come back on Tuesday because they'll finish the registration process because today is the deadline of 5 o'clock, but saying that when they arrived here, the lady or the person supposed to work and help them is not here. So saying that they want to register, but the municipality is not complying in terms of making sure they've got the personnel to assist the Spaza shop owners.